Dream Island Empowerment Foundation, DIEF, is a non-government organization, NGO, set up to assist poor and vulnerable children and their families through welfare projects in livelihood, education, and healthcare, and for women empowerment in remote villages and poor communities across Nigeria. A report by the World Poverty Clock in June 2018 indicates that Nigeria now has the largest rate of extreme poverty globally, overtaking India, which held that infamous ranking for many years. According to the World Bank, 50% of the country's estimated 200 million people live in extreme poverty, and the largest number of these people lives in the remote villages and communities across the country. Despite being the largest oil producer in Africa and one of the top oil producers in the world, the country has struggled to translate their vast resource wealth into better living standards for the majority of her people, leaving the country at 152nd out of 157 countries in the Human Development Index 2018. The situation is very critical and pathetic now in the southeast region of the country, which has a population of almost 45 million people, of which more than 15 million lives in the rural communities. It is estimated that almost 500 people die every day from this region because of the poor situation of the healthcare system and total neglect from the government, and action needs to be taken urgently before the region is wiped away from the map. It is with this realization that Dream Island Empowerment Foundation, DIEF, was set up to help improve the lives of rural poor and vulnerable children, their families, and women and girls who constitute the largest population of the extreme poor in the region by providing 1. Portable drinking water. According to UNICEF, poor access to potable drinking water in Nigeria remains a major contributing factor to high morbidity and mortality rates among children. The use of contaminated drinking water results in increased vulnerability to waterborne diseases, including diarrhea, which leads to deaths of more than 70,000 children annually. 2. Educational support. There are many reasons that account for extreme poverty in Nigeria, top among which are poor access to education. Education is the most powerful catalyst for social transformation, but unfortunately, education in Nigeria, and especially in the southeast region, is bisecting the poor funding, poor educational infrastructures, dilapidated buildings, inadequate classrooms and teaching aids, projectors, computers, laboratories and libraries, paucity of quality teachers, and poor or polluted learning environment. 3. Healthcare support. Nigeria is the fourth worst maternal mortality rate in the world, ahead of only Sierra Leone, Central African Republic, and Chad, of which almost 70,000 children die annually. Frequent episodes of related ill health in children contribute to absenteeism in school and malnutrition. The health status and access to healthcare for the poor and urban slum dwellers has surfaced to be equally deplorable. There is a toxic mix of problems including inaccessibility of quality healthcare, poor hygiene, corruption, malnutrition, lack of access to safe drinking water, poor health infrastructure, fake drugs, and lack of sufficient health personnel. Out of this alarming rate of death every day, Dream Island Empowerment Foundation immediately dispatched their staffs and medical teams to the different rural communities of the region to offer free medical assistance to these helpless people before they are all wiped away by death from the map. 4. Women empowerment. We partner with mothers and families to provide education and resources to empower women, improve nutrition in the first 1,000 days of life, and secure the nutritional and economic status of the community as a whole. We also empower rural women through skills acquisition. This can be achieved by creating different programs which will last between 1 to 2 months. At the end of each program, successful candidates are issued with a certificate and a takeoff grant to start off a productive business. Experiences have shown that when you work towards women empowerment, the whole society benefits, which creates long-term social and economic gains for their communities. This makes them an integral part of ending the cycle of poverty. Please, we plead you to help us save these people in the rural communities before death wipes them away from the map. No amount is too small. Thanks, and God bless.